the libertarians that voted for Trump are like, we didn't vote for you for this. We don't want to be in a war. So
I would change the hand raising to invite by unmute, but the issue is we have a normal that comes in here.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that, please. Don't do that.
I mean, the fastest
So
part
you
of
put everybody out of the house and make everybody rejoin? Why
No.
not rejoin the house again?
No, I can turn it off. I have the option.
No, she's talking about something else. Why would you have to rejoin the house again?
I had to.
That's weird.
Said I wasn't a part of the house.
That's weird.
No, I think this is a new account for you, as
it's been glitching. People
No,
who
it's
have
not.
people who have had it says that I haven't added
What's
them.
up, Sister Izzy?
Hey, Chucky, what's going on?
Not much. I heard you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Amos, Shabazz,
So are we on the same page here? Are we on the same page? Are they? So is the U.S. and France, everybody signaling de-escalation mode?
Yeah, they want
doing
money.
this for a while, Edward.
What do you mean for a while? Like what's a while?
Like since it started, nobody wants an escalation from all these.
No, I know, but I mean, right now they're actually working on de-escalating.
Because there's the
It's
G7.
on and off. Like I think they're playing a game, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
they
But,
are.
It is. It's a cat and mouse game.
Yeah, they have their own interests in it.
so now they're saying CBS that the United States won't join Israel in the attack.
That genocide motherfucker was like, today Tel Aviv, tomorrow New York. What the fuck is he talking about?
What are you?
Because he's doing the same playbook as what they did with Iraq.
Who is she talking about?
Netanyahu. There's the same playbook. What they're trying to do is they're trying to say our problem is your problem. That they're not simply going after us. They're going to come after you. The same thing where Saddam Hussein could launch a nuclear weapon in 30 minutes and target Washington. Same bullshit.
When did they start even talking about this? 1982 or something like this?
No, yeah.
Jinder, were you there?
When did he become a part of the
I am
class?
here.
He just
Right now?
I think it was 92.
No.
I think it was 92 airplane.
He did this in Netanyahu also did this with Gaza. When just before he went in, he tried to say, this is a fight against barbarism or savagery and the rest of the civilized nations or something like this. So, it's all of us. Yes, he's really good. I like him.
When it's the guy with the glasses.
He's a professor.
So it's Jeffrey Sachs.
Yeah.
He said one thing, that this motherfucker is one dark bastard. And he
Yeah. Yeah, I remember about Netanyahu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump put it up when he became president, or just before he became president. He put that clip up on his.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that? He put that. He was one. He's one dark son of a bitch. The whole thing.
I think I remember. Yes.
There are some sirens. Yeah.
Okay, Jindip, can you go out there and see if you can catch one? Because I really would like.
I swear to God.
Really would like
Don't listen
a
to him.
piece.
He's begging for a free one.
Oh my God! Don't give it to an attorney, Jindip. You know how lawyers are. Don't,
You
Jindip.
bastard, you're not going to pay him.
I will pay him.
Was anybody in the room with Ariel earlier today when he was asking what was the score in terms of civilian bodies?
The score?
Mm-hmm.
What a sicko.
He was in Lonzo's room. He was like, so what's the score? And Lonzo was like, what? I was like, yeah. How many Iranians are dead compared to how many Israelis? Any generals gone yet on the Iranian side? I think so. He sounded like a complete creep today.
He is an idiot. Like, Israel has a history of assassinating all these leaders. Like, nothing changes.
Jindip, you there, Jindip? Jindip?
Wait, Jindip, how far are you from the fighting?
He's going to collect one of my...
No, he's going to collect mine. Jindip, you need to put your arms out.
What are you going to do with it?
Listen.
Edward, you can't see. What the hell are you going to do with it?
What do you mean? You have to see to have a piece of history?
To value
Oh my
and
God.
cherish. To value.
Oh, that's just you would go and give it to Huckabees or whatever the fuck auction houses over there.
I'd put it in a frame and put it in my bedroom.
That's what I would do. But I need you to
listen. What you do? Stare at it.
Listen, people will see it when they come into my house. I mean, this is a part of history. I want a piece.
To your house and see
I just realized you said Huckabees instead of Sotheby's.
Oh,
Oh my God.
I don't know. Listen, it could be close. It could be connected. It could be connected. I don't know.
I hear you, bro. I got your back either way.
But listen, I know I have a plan for Jindip to catch one because these missiles from Iran, they also have optical guidance on them. So if you just wave your hands up in the air, it may see you. It may see you.
and not might target him.
Well,
No, seriously.
Is that what you're
this
trying to
is
do?
way too close to this.
See, Jindip, you
Is that
don't.
really
You
what's
shouldn't.
going on?
Jindip, don't.
it depends how close he can run.
He's not here. Jindip is not here.
Oh, he left.
He can
Look
run.
what you did.
No, so we can make plans for him. Hey, you know what? He heard the sirens. He's like, let me see if I can go get some of these. Get some of these.
You have no
There's
problem.
some
You're
place for him to
disgusting.
I'm disgusting. You're the one that wants to pay him. Pay him.
I'm paying for his effort.
An effort. See, I'm gonna.
He's going to pick up the piece of the Iranian missile and hand it over to me, and I'm appreciating that gesture. But
You
want
want
to beg him for it and get it for
I am not begging it. Listen, you aristocratic bastard.
Have you heard yourself? You sound
Can't
like
even
you're on
get it
your
out.
knees.
Aristocratic bastard.
Listen, you have
Yes.
heard yourself? You sound like you're on your knees begging.
Oh my God! This guy. Listen to this guy. This is what I'm going to do.
You disgust.
You know why I don't have to beg, General? I don't have to beg because by the end of the year.
today.
Listen. I'll tell you why I don't have to beg. Because hopefully, if everything settles down by the end of the year, I will be over there, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of pieces, and I'll be able to buy 1 or 2 or 3 of them. And you know what? Because you're such an asshole, I will not sell you one unless you start being nice.
From you. You're going to charge me extra.
And Jindip won't. And
No, of
Jindip
course
won't.
You guys have such
you
a
don't
dark
I
humor.
trust
It's
him.
not even funny. Wait a minute. Speaking of, where the heck is? Do I even want to call her up?
Ooh.
Point.
Point was here.
Don't mention the name 3 times, please.
I was gonna say, do I? That might be problematic.
Okay, will you
What?
scare everyone away?
I want to understand why Israel keeps on targeting civilians. They targeted hospital. Why are they always targeting hospital?
Why do you have to question that? Look at Gaza, look at Lebanon. Why are you questioning that now?
Disgusting. What are they going to say? There was a tunnel underneath there too?
Yeah, human shields. Even though that's been debunked with regards to Hamas and so on, it's actually the Israelis that are accused of using Palestinians as human shields. But we'll have that conversation and debate another day, Caleb.
It's funny. I was just gonna say something to Caleb.
But yeah, he's here, Caleb. He's listening.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
I know. I said his name right there. I was gonna say something. I forgot what it was now, but General threw me off.
See,
I will give it to him, brother. Like, he sits here for a very long time. I think it's working.
What's working up there?
Like, he might change his position.
Caleb?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he gets with other Zionists. He's a little.
He's an animal. Yeah, I know that.
We'll
Bro,
see.
all of them
We'll
are
see.
the same. All of them.
I don't know. We'll see.
They're all the same, bro. Like, impossible.
Uh-oh. Here comes a response.
But your enemies, they think of you the same way you think of them.
Our enemies think of us.
Literally the exact same. Like, what you think of us is what we think of you. No, there is no. All Zionists are the same. You don't stand for what's right. You're literally the same.
That imagine propping up every night to be entertained by Palestinians. I talk about little man.
Wild.
I mean, yeah, we have a lot of Zionists that come in here almost every day, and it's almost like we have like this little subculture.
They need you.
It's interesting.
No, but they pop up, man, when they do something stupid. Like for example, they didn't show up for a few days before the attack on Iran. The attack on Iran happened. They came here for a little bit, and then they had to go back into their bunkers. And that's the same every day. They come here for a little bit, the alarms go off, they get back into their bunkers.
Black Rabbi earlier sounded like he was out of breath, or he didn't sleep all night. I was like, you need to go to bed, Black Rabbi. I know you've been up all night.
He definitely did.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he sounded like he's...
So as usually the attack starts like, let's say 6 hours ago. But today, nothing yet. It's a little bit late, I think Black Hitler wasn't too comfortable with that, so he couldn't sleep.
I think there's not much attacking, maybe because they're working in the background right now.
I think it's because of Tehran. Yeah, Tehran. I think because of this thing about Tehran, nothing yet. Nothing major, at least.
But there was plenty this morning.
Yeah.
Like 100 missiles landed this morning.
Yeah, I get confused with this morning. Like our morning?
Mm-hmm.
This morning? They did land today. They did have missiles land today.
Our time, right?
Like, what, 5 o'clock?
Yeah, fortunately, I'm up.
No, in the afternoon. I think they had one wave that didn't penetrate, and then another wave that came in and it did penetrate. But I don't know about this morning though. I just because I get the time. The time zones to me, they overcomplicate things for me. So I don't know what happened. Their nighttime versus our nighttime. Their morning versus our morning.
Yeah.
I saw it or something like that. That 100 missiles landed.
No, not landed. No. And then to be honest with you, I'm like 10 hours ahead of you guys, so I'm not too sure about when are you guys talking about.
Yeah, it was weird. I'm gonna look, but it's scary either way. I just don't understand. Like, to me, what's all of this volleying for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the next move? So we destroy some buildings and then we sit down and talk? That does seem like a little bit of a show. No? Doesn't feel real. Like, it doesn't feel like real war. It feels like war games. How many civilians have we lost on both sides? Anybody know?
It's going to sound very bad for me to say something like this. On the Israelis, not too much. On the Iranians, not too much.
No, I mean, Iranians, they said that they lost 224.
Iranians took more than the Israelis. Yeah, and it's like...
7 maybe Israelis?
No, there was more than that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean... This is
Look at that face.
This is how a war is supposed to be conducted, for the most part.
Here, and then you don't want to finish drinking it.
A couple hundred people on each side.
Wednesday, we don't want to hear that.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about your water problems.
Yeah, your hot mic. Yeah.
I know what I meant to ask you guys. Who is this apocalypse person?
Where do you see
Apocalypse?
She was also, I was in the room talking about how prejudiced certain Israelis were and how it was established by European Jews. And I knew she wasn't Jewish, and I knew she probably wasn't even really Ethiopian because, it's almost like you speak Arabic or Hebrew. There's certain words everybody knows how to pronounce. So instead of saying aliyah, which is, the naturalization process in Israel, she kept saying what did she say? A liar. I was like, you're not freaking Jewish. Shut the hell up. Like, who are you fooling? She kept saying, and then she didn't say Beta Israel. She said, that was just weird. Not only that, but Ethiopians do not use the word falasha. Falasha is like the equivalent of nigger. Black people. It means stranger. It's the name that Europeans gave Ethiopian Jews. It's not the name that they gave themselves. So it was like a dead giveaway. But, of course, you find some self-hating black
forgot, Caleb.
Oh, no,
Sorry.
there's no racism. Literally screaming.
I wasn't anything, Maple.
You missed that guy, Zelda. He was
No.
So the White House just
Wednesday, please don't bring up Zelda. No one bring up Zelda. Go ahead.
Zelda.
Zelda's a woman's name. It was a guy named Zelda?
Yeah, it's a guy. You've talked to him before. No, he drains brain cells out of you. No one bring up Zelda.
Consider that. We won't say his name 3 times in a minute.
You've talked to him. You know who I'm talking. He's an Ethiopian Jew from Israel, broken English.
Oh, okay, maybe.
And he literally doesn't know
government or the way it's established.
No, he doesn't know where the West Bank is. He doesn't know where the West Bank is.
Wow.
The guy is.
Which is insane.
It is.
How many Ethiopians were forced when they came, which is another dead giveaway. Imagine you don't take, like you're bringing them home and to the Jewish homeland. Yeah, we're going to establish their communities near a nuclear reactor. Yep, that's what we do.
And sterilize them.
And then pour out their blood. That was another one, remember? I don't know if you remember that one, but that was also in the news, where they made blood donations, and because it was assumed that the blood was tainted and diseased, nobody else on the planet but them, they took their blood and they threw it out. Literally in the street.
Disgusting. Airplane, I put a link in the chat. That's Mahmoud Oud. And he's the one, he currently right now is live, but he's only running all the footage of what happened in Israel. Like a compilation.
Edward, when did you become Edward the Great?
I've always been.
Are you serious? Maybe I only saw the Edward. I know I saw the but I thought that was on some like phone home shit. I didn't think it was the Great. Woohoo!
That nobody actually notices that. It's funny.
I have a question.
Yes.
What makes you great?
What makes me great? Well, here's the number one thing.
Come on.
I'm not an attorney.
Really?
Boom. Done.
Give me a sec. I'm gonna contact these Iranian military and get them to divert a few.
So hilarious. So hilarious. Good Lord.
Yeah, I want to meet General. General, if I come to the UK,
I'd rather shit in my hands and clap.
Wait, can I just say
that is an interesting phrase.
Have a way of talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather shit in my hand. Wait, what did you say again?
In his hands and clap.
Guys, I apologize. I'm watching the news right now. China and Russia has just said a couple of minutes ago to their own people to leave Tel Aviv right now. It's going to be very messy. So if the government
they probably got 24 hours.
No. It's coming within a couple. I would say at least maximum 2 hours later. It should be that max. And it's saying they need to leave immediately. I just want the news now.
Leave where?
Tel Aviv. They need to leave.
Jordan and then to leave.
China and Russia are telling their people to leave Tel Aviv immediately?
Yes. Immediately. I just got news now. It's on social media.
No, Becky, they didn't put it out the same way you were saying it, but I like the way you're saying it, you know. Very interesting.
Very dramatic.
I don't know how
they actually put it out.
I mean, for me, I'm serious.
But but I like the way you're saying it. I'm not saying you're
Can you
wrong.
send us a link?
Like, well, what did they say? Airplane.
They said what he said, but they said they need to evacuate, like leave, and they have to look into crossing borders, travel on land, and make their way out of there.
There's no way out of Israel right now.
Out of Jordan.
Immediately.
That's the only way.
Hours, no, not that. But it's nice the way he said it, yeah.
No, but if look, you got to think of it like this, yeah. If the government is telling you to leave it because it's going to be raining,
But they didn't say 3 hours, did they?
No, they didn't say 8 hours.
Okay, so the alarms have already been called in Tel Aviv. That was about within 34 minutes ago. It was called, so it should be arriving anytime soon.
Yeah, this is true. But this is it's been like this for the last 3 days. Like,
Urges citizens to leave.
Oh no, man, this one's really bad. Apparently,
But they're
this
doing
one, this
yeah, we have to see.
on channel
They did say
13.
it's going to be very bad. They did say that's going to be bad, but we'll see.
yeah, it's gonna be really bad. Apparently, this one.
They're interviewing people in the bunkers on channel 13 if you want to watch
Oh,
that.
God.
It's hilarious.
What can you actually say in a bunker? Like, there's nothing interesting that you could say. Well, look, I'm in a bunker.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm like,
Well, why don't you
the
get down
interviews
for a
in the
second?
bunker.
Why do you
It's
get
a cube. There's my toilet.
They don't have
What's
to.
the prison cell?
There is no
Why don't you
toilets.
get in a bunker and tell us?
Why would I get in the
Don't
bunker?
look like that, guys.
Huh?
Damn. Well, it says that Russian embassy has been saying this for the last 16 hours.
Yes, and Germany and France and everyone is telling them go to Jordan, leave through Egypt, just get the fuck out of.
Russia tells its citizens to leave Israel now as tensions rise. Damn.
I told you.
No, you didn't tell us. We already
Yeah,
knew.
okay, I paraphrased it, but it's the same thing.
You
It's the same thing.
power phrased it.
Paraphrased it.
Paraphrased it. It's a little different.
But hey, sometimes a paraphrase, it needs to be done.
Yeah, but you came in like you were rushing.
You made it
No,
sound
this is bad.
This
This
you
is
made
really bad. I can't lie.
Oh, that was like a grab your shit and run type
No,
stuff.
Becky.
Yeah.
He made it sound like all of us in this room are from Russia and
Yeah.
China, and we're all.
Yeah. Like, we gotta drop everything now
I
and leave.
swear I felt Chinese for about 5 minutes. It was like,
I almost thought it was Chinese.
I'm packing.
Also, Donald Trump has said that he won't be attacking Iran, so that's good at least.
Yeah, but he says many things.
I was gonna say that's for now. So he has a hamburger and it'll be something else.
Yeah.
But a lot of the ones working with Trump and the White House and the Pentagon are saying the same thing too.
Yeah, but I don't trust
ready.
Yeah, there's momentum behind. There's too much momentum not to attack at this point. It sounds like. I mean, unless this is some massive ruse, which I don't see it as being that.
You know what? I swear for a minute I was feeling like that, but I don't. Every time I see this stuff, literally I feel like crying. Only because I'm like, could you imagine being in those places? This time last year. Yeah, this time last year, my sister, brother-in-law, and her 4 kids were there. This is really sick that people are suffering because of these sorry-ass bastards. This is retarded.
As a big, what they did to Gaza and the people inside of Gaza is happening to them right now. Do I feel sorry for the ones that maybe don't support this stuff that happened in Gaza? Yes, I feel sorry for them. But the ones that supported and never said anything about what's happening in Gaza, I feel nothing towards them.
Likewise,
They have a chance. They have a chance to leave. Let them leave. The government is not allowing them to leave. They're literally taking boats.
They have a chance that the people in Gaza never got. I feel you, but you know what? I'm still feeling like there are so many innocents, and I probably feel very much the way you do. But I also feel like there are so many beautiful people who want nothing to do with Netanyahu, who want nothing to do with the government genocide.
I agree.
But let's not forget how they were partying on TikTok and everything, and mocking the Gazans. Let's not forget that also.
What she's saying is that a lot of people there probably don't feel or act like we've been seeing on TikTok and all this stuff.
Yeah,
I believe that, but and you have Kadlov, for example. He's saying 2 different situations. Okay, what you did on Gaza is happening to you. I don't care what the situation is, but it is happening.
But
You
bro,
have-
you know what? We're not even talking about those little fragile, I never ever want to fight as a teenager, and so now I feel like my balls are swelling watching Israeli missiles hit Iran. I'm not talking about those people. I am talking about real people in real time living in parts of Palestine and Israel who have Israeli and Muslim and Palestinian friends and who just want to live and raise their children. I'm not talking about those sorry ass bastards who have serious psychological issues that they play out, pretending to be on a world stage. I'm talking about those folks. And you know what? I am talking about those who I met there, who, you know what I mean, from all sides, who are beautiful, loving people. And I'm not saying all sides the way Trump would. I'm saying that I have friends from all over the world, and most of them would never condone. I wouldn't even say most. None of them would condone what they saw in Gaza. None. They'd be the first people to stand between a child and some craziness like that. But those are the people you don't see. You don't see those people, talking on the news. Just see a bunch of idiots.
I can't believe that Israel attacks Iran. And when Iran attacks back, Israel complains about, they're killing civilians.
Pathetic.
They're killing civilians. And, this is when, three people died. Killing civilians after they killed 60,000 Palestinians.
Not trying to be funny. This is what they do.
Yeah.
They're standing on Palestinian babies' heads. Did you see the terrorists? They were only 6 months old. Sick. This is psychological. It's not even just like a regular war. This is really sick.
This is what you guys do.
So, Sister Ezra,
Yes.
the issue is it's actually 82% of them that agree on expulsion of Gazans. So majority of them they agree. So there's a smaller population, which is I would say 20% of them, right? Or 18% of them, because they did a survey. This was these are done by in the University of which was it? Philly.
I think it was
done on which
University of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and the another survey shows 56%. They want 56% of them agree on kicking the Arab Israelis out of Israel. And in 2016, the Pew Research did it was at 48%. They want to kick the Arab Israelis out of Israel. So there's a problem amongst a society and we seen people that are Israeli born, like this sister comes in here, Rose. She was born and raised in Israel, but she's anti-Zionist. So she said we can live happily in one state. We don't need like this 2-state, 3-state. We can live happily in one state. She was born and raised in a leftist household, and then she started looking into more and more history. And she said people like her, there's about 10 to 20,000 of them. They're very minority,
I mean, maybe it's just who I hang up with, but most of the Israelis I know, even some of them have been in the idea. It sickens them to their stomach. Like, they have friends who literally committed suicide. They couldn't live with themselves. Like, it can only go so far before your natural instinct kicks in. It's like, yo, this shit is really gross. This is terrible.
I remember the guy that he was giving an interview last year, and he was laughing about running over Palestinians in Gaza with the bulldozer, civilians. And then a couple of weeks later, he committed suicide.
Yeah, there's a lot of people's kids who that's happening to. Especially if, like, their parents were, like, civil rights activists and they grew up, with any kind of sense of humanitarianism. You know what I mean? Like, they're sick of themselves. Shit. I mean, the same thing happened to us here in this country. People came home from Vietnam not knowing what the fuck to do with themselves. They could not, how much rhetoric, they could not convince themselves that what they had done was okay.
Ezra, the craziest thing article I read, actually, was, I think, the first half of 2024, and it was in Haaretz. It was in Hebrew, not in English. It was a Hebrew edition, and It was they were interviewing soldiers, reservists that were in Gaza. They were eating, going into Gazan homes where the Gazans fled, the Palestinians fled, and they were going into the homes and they were talking about, the kinds of food that they make with the food that's left over, and the Palestinians have the best spices and the best olive oil, and they make all these dishes and everything, and guess where? But here's the crazy part. Guess where it appeared in the guess what section in Haaretz it appeared in?
Stop it! I'm almost sick to my stomach now.
It appeared in the food and entertainment section.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, no joke. That's where it appeared. It was a culinary piece.
Yo, guys, I want to say one thing. If America ends up going to war, it's gonna be the end of this country. The Jews, yes, Jews. I don't give a shit. They're fucking all these Jews.
And this, can you?
Okay, but it's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. I was gonna say that, but I think it reminded me. If the Jews want to start World War III, bro, they're not gonna send. They're not gonna send their fucking children to die. They're gonna send the goyim.
Just to tell you, that's all you know.
What device are you using? iPhone or Android?
I have an iPhone.
You tried it.
Listen, bro, listen. I just came in. Guys. Listen, bro, listen. I'm gonna say the Zionist Jews. They want you to die for Israel, bro. They're not gonna send their children. They're obviously gonna send whatever slur they use. Okay, so I just hope this country does not go to war for Israel, bro. Let that parasite cancer be destroyed.
It's happening, and
it is gonna happen, my dear brother. Trump is a Zionist country. Biden.
Wait, hold on one second. When has that ever happened?
Well, I'm not saying you're talking about Zionist Jews. Yes, the neocons were Zionist Jews.
What I'm trying to ask you is when has the U.S. ever sent soldiers? That's how you know how serious somebody feels about it.
They did, my sister. They sent to Iraq 2003. So what did America send? Do you think they just sent like...
One second. Apparently, the defense system that they sold to Israel, they do have U.S. Army soldiers, foot on the ground, about 70 to 100 of them. Yeah. And the other stuff, they just delivered, I think, a couple batteries as well. And these are all part of the U.S. military.
Yeah, the THAAD system, the army runs a THAAD system, not Israelis.
But I'm saying like sending in troops to fight half of Israel. I don't think they're that overt, are they, Edward?
No, he's talking about the Iraq War because Netanyahu.
Thank you so much.
Was the spearhead, for he was going around telling everyone that there was weapons of mass destruction, and then back at
it wasn't just him, Edward.
The U.S.
Edward, it wasn't just him, my dear friend. Paul Wolford, Douglas Heath, all these Zionist Jews. Who are they? Are they Muslim? Are they Christian? Yes, there are Zionist Christian. You have to call them Zionist Jews. I'm not saying all Jews, by the way. Okay, I haven't taken Jews. I'm saying there are Zionist Jews. Even there's a guy named Max Blumfeld. I like him, a Jewish guy. He even said the Iraq War was for Zionist Jews. Okay, it was for Zionist Jews. So now it was. Yes.
Oil.
Huh?
It wasn't about oil. It wasn't about oil. Yes, it wasn't about oil, and also it was about promoting the Israeli settlement colonial project, and now sadly they're gonna do it to Iran. Iran has 90 million people. They have China. It's gonna be bad for this country. I hope they don't go to fucking war because these guys are fucking Jews. I hate to say this. Let them fight each other. Let them actually stay out.
Take a deep breath. Listen to the sound.
General,
you have an iPhone. General,
General, freedom of speech, my brother. Unfortunately, freedom of speech, bro.
Listen to the sound of my voice. Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, General, I have
this is how English comes in the room. When you're
talking, just calm down. You can have as much time as you want when you're saying things.
I'm high as fuck, bro. I'm high, that's why I'm high. I have agree. I have like my fucking vape. I just have my fucking like a roll or whatever. I'm a little bit high, so my bad. I hope you guys don't mind me. That's why
So you're stoned right now, and you're.
It's weird. Like, okay, this is very funny. So
I don't smoke, by the way. I'm joking, but listen,
oh,
I just get high when I can drive it. That's why, like, mentally or whatever.
Okay, and
That
that makes sense. Okay.
I don't smoke, by the way. That was a joke, by the way. I don't smoke. Alhamdulillah. But listen, though, Edward, whenever I'm in this group, I'm only here to share my political opinion, listen to what people are saying, and cook these.
Yeah, but that's what we're all for.
what is wrong with him? Lord,
Ennis is he's Somali, and they're very energetic and passionate about everything. Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'8". I'm 5'8".
I would have said 5'2".
I knew it.
That's not
bad. You know what? But the ones that are short, like 5'1", 5'2", they're the spiciest.
Yeah, they are.
The energetic, spicy one, yeah.
Like, you were like,
that's why I asked him how tall he was.
You're like 50 pounds wet. What the heck are you doing?
but this time, usually he'll come in and he'll say, "Salam alaikum, my brothers and sisters." You know, but when he does it, it still sounds like he's threatening somebody. But in his defense, he's only what? What are you, in your early 20s?
I'm 24 years old, brother.
So he's a young guy in college.
Listen, I'm very passionate about this cause, though.
You're very passionate about everything, Anna.
No, about this cause.
Ever come in here not hype?
No, exactly. That's a good word. He is hype.
I'm very passionate about this cause, bro, because you know why?
Why?
If we do not speak up, it can happen to any of us in the future. That's why I'm very passionate about Palestine. I've always been very passionate about Palestine ever since I was a little kid. But now that I'm older and I use social media, I'm literally being exposed to the truth every single day.
No, I'm not mad at that. I can dig it.
But Anna, sometimes having the loudest voice when you're screaming, sometimes people don't want to listen to that.
Yeah, the loudest voice.
You're right, bro. You're right.
Take your time with it.
You're right, bro. You're right.
And be very coherent. Because that's
because you have a lot of information, and people will listen to you because they know that you're informed, you know?
Yeah, but right now you just sound like you're pacing back and forth and out of breath.
Yeah.
I just came out of the gym, guys. I came out of the gym a few minutes ago. I just got my people some milk. I'm walking to the rest of the time that I feel.
Just be careful out there, okay? That's another thing. Like, they are literally grabbing people up left and right.
Right.
Scary.
So, Amir, I don't know, Amir, if you're listening, my friend was in Jack's room earlier, and I guess he's anti-Israel?
Anti-Zionist.
My friend is a Zionist.
Yeah, he said he's anti-Zionist. I think he's
fucking lying.
Well, okay, to be fair, we have been trolling him a lot. Okay?
We?
Okay, I've been trolling him a lot. But I did apologize to him, but today, he didn't say...
I think he was trolling Jack. I think he was trolling Jack.
No, he was talking very normally.
He has some mental illness.
We have to take responsibility for our actions. I guess I have to take responsibility for my actions. I'm trying to get him to unblock me now.
What do you mean we?
No, I said I.
But you got some shit with you too. Like I was half asleep and like listening, and every third word was like, "Yep." Well, I didn't really mean to call him a tranny. That wasn't my fault.
I made him crash out the other day. I felt bad for him. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt with what you're saying. You know that thing that you said earlier on, when in, I believe, Tel Aviv, the missile went up and then it fired back on itself?
Yeah.
I just saw that video on Al Jazeera right now.
That's only one video. There's
so the missile goes up and it turns around and comes back on itself.
Isn't it funny?
There's other videos. There's videos where the missiles go up and they hit each other. They target each other. And then there's videos of missiles coming down exactly where the just before the Iranian missile hits, it comes down in the same exact spot as where the Iranian missile comes down.
The report coming in, it's breaking on Al Jazeera. Iranian media say preparations are underway for the largest and most intense missile attack on Israeli soil. And then under it, what's happened so far is simply testing Israeli defenses.
which would make sense for Iran, because that's exactly how they do things. These people are some of the most.
Before they fire everything.
They do. You should have seen like True Promise 1 and 2, like all the the articles I read about how they did. I told you about this, right? Like how
you did, yeah.
And how they sent in the drones strategically. They knew they were going to be knocked down, but they wanted to see
who stands up, which missile system kicks in.
Exactly, and they mapped the whole thing out. And this I know the articles are true because Hezbollah was able to take. They had all these really fancy missiles underground. They didn't use them. They instead used the Katyusha rockets because after that, the True Promise 1, the Katyusha rockets were able to literally go in. Now, before that, the Katyusha rockets would be easily, nearly 100% of them would be shot down by the Iron Dome. After the True Promise 1, the Katyusha rockets would go in, the Iron Dome, or nothing would even go, no siren would even go off. You can see the videos. The sirens would go off when they reach West Jerusalem. And that's planning.
Hakir Tel Aviv. Hakir Tel Aviv. That's my favorite song, bro. It's one of my favorite songs, bro. Hakir Tel Aviv. Hakir Tel Aviv. I don't give a fuck, bro. Let them get nukes, bro. I don't give a shit. You know how many children are dead in Gaza? It's not even a joke, bro. I feel every time I see an Israeli get killed, I enjoy it, bro.
Yeah, but why would you want to get that? Why would you want to let them get nuked?
No, disrespect, bro. The second country that I hope they can nuke is UAE because you guys also died is still having us there.
So you hold the fuck up. So you want to
you're a Muslim.
in the UAE
Careful
and you
what
want
you
to
say
take
out
out
of
the
your
rest?
mouth.
Why not, bro? UAE are Zionists, bro. Come on. UAE are Zionists. I hope they get nuked. Bring it on.
Right.
And this, you were warned not to talk that way.
Your words carry spiritual weight.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Like, I'm not saying 1 minute that you shouldn't feel what you feel because you're justified. But I think that's the beauty of being a Muslim. I think that's the beauty of being a Jew. That you know that God gives you a certain power and it lies in your tongue, it lies in your mouth. Who you bless will be blessed and who you curse will be cursed. Let Allah, let God, let Hashem deal with people as He sees fit. But don't come into that place. Don't judge lest you be judged. We got to be really careful about the things we say. We don't want to become hateful because other people are hateful around us.
Do you know what UAE they do in Sudan? Do you know what they do in Somalia? Like, I'm Somali. They do a lot of fucked up shit in my country, so I hope they get nuked.
You were warned by Amir. You're warned by everybody for months now. You need to stop.
Okay.
All right.
But honestly, don't forget that there's people within Emirati society, there's people within Saudi society that are standing up against their government when they commit crimes and they aid and abet crimes in Gaza, Sudan, in Libya. So just don't think that because and even if there's 10,000 Zionists in the UAE, there's a million others that aren't.
Wait, General, who?
Sorry? Well, he doesn't know all of them.
No, but like who? Like name me one that's actually like an authoritative figure over there in, I don't know, Saudi or Emirati, and they're going against the government. Who?
Bear with me, I'll get you some names. Actually, they executed one.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but that's not
you asked for a name. That's one of the names.
That's the cost that it comes with. Exactly.
People are willing to put this is the problem.
That's what I'm saying,
People are willing to put their lives on the line to stand up for justice. Okay. And then
name me someone that's not dead or in jail.
They don't exist.
Okay, but name me someone that's not dead or in jail.
Wait, hold on.
Many names.
Hold on. Somebody executed.
That's an authoritative figure over there in Saudi or Emirati or.
Yeah, but I didn't say authoritative figure. I said there are people that are standing up.
Yeah, there's normal people that might live in, I don't know.
Many normal people can overthrow governments.
Like who? But we're in the Saudi government. We're not talking about other governments. We're talking about Saudi governments, the Qatari governments, the Emirati governments. Like
once the ball starts rolling, dictatorships don't last.
That's true.
I wouldn't necessarily say that the Saud family are dictatorship, bro.
Your general, I apologize. Your general, I actually
The royal
apologize
family,
for
I
what I
wouldn't
said.
say that that's a
They're not a
dictatorship.
dictatorship?
That's
Your
like me saying,
general.
that's like me asking you, is China a dictatorship, bro?
Yes.
So is Russia a dictatorship?
To an extent, yes.
Hell yeah.
So I feel like we have a bit of a disagreement there still.
You have a dictatorship. You have a dictatorship. We all have a dictatorship.
You're funny.
Yeah, I don't know who still posts pictures like that in 2025.
Your general, I actually want to apologize for taking
Don't
what I
worry
said.
about it.
Oh, I guess it is 2024.
It was a little bit, I got a little bit emotional, bro. Listen,
I appreciate what the position you're in. We are all passionate because we see our people getting obliterated.
Exactly, bro.
The position.
I see veteran, bro. I spoke to a veteran once, bro. I told him straight up. He had like a PTSD from the war in Iraq. Bro, if this country goes to war, Allah is going to be bad for America, bro. It's going to be horrible. It's actually going to be much worse than Iraq 2003 because now
It's going to be 10 times worse.
You don't know how bad American veterans are treated in the U.S.
Thank you. I see it every day, bro. I see it every day, bro.
They need so much psychological. I mean, they don't even get the care they need. It's a lot of them end up homeless.
Yeah, they do.
And you see those guys was shooting everything up 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10.
Yep. Because they couldn't get the help they needed.
Yeah.
I feel bad for them. I see it every day, guys, on Southfield Freeway.
Anas,
You know?
1 second, bro. You know, White House just announced that Channel 14, which is the Israeli channel, when they put out that U.S. jets were involved in attacking Iran, is a lie.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Really?
Like they're saying Channel 14, they're saying that Channel 14 is lying, in other words.
Yeah, specifically Channel 14.
Channel 14, yeah.
Channel 14, I think that's Netanyahu's channel.
Yeah, it's the one where they interview
It's
people
an Israeli
in the
channel.
bunkers.
Yeah, it's Israeli, but I think it's a Netanyahu channel. Pro-Netanyahu channel.
Yeah,
Goodness.
14 and 13 and 12. These three.
I think 2 or 3 of them are going to be knocked out by Iranian missiles.
Yeah, they already sent them warning to empty. I think it's Channel 12 and 14.
Yeah.
They sent them warning, asking them to evacuate their buildings.
Yeah, this is important. So they're saying
of Iran. So
they're saying that the White House is saying that the report is not true.
Yeah.
And how do they put it? Like, what do they say?
How did they put it?
Yeah.
They're just saying that the reports from Channel 14 that our jets got involved in attacking.
Yeah. So they're probably saying
like,
yeah, they're probably saying those bastards are lying.
yeah.
This is major. This is major. They're not on the same page.
And they're saying right now, like the Minister of Defense is saying that Trump is still going after Iran to come to an agreement.
Someone's breaking up.
Maybe.
No, you'll find that.
So, Minister of Defense in Israel?
U.S.
Oh, Secretary of Defense.
Secretary of Defense
is saying what?
That Trump is still willing to for an agreement with Iran.
Yeah. So they know that Israel's trying to get them. You know, Netanyahu like fucked up. I think my theory. I'm still holding on to my theory that cyber attack that lasted under 8 hours was supposed to last 2 or 3 days. I'm still holding on to that theory, and it didn't. And then the Israelis found themselves in some shit because Iran wasn't supposed to attack.
wait, guys, can I ask a question? I'm sorry, I just jumped back in. Is Yaakov a Zionist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah.
Edward. He is.
Well,
he's a little
There's
bit.
no pussyfooting about it. He is.
Yeah, he is. I heard him in another room, and he is. Yes.
He just pretends to be harmless
I
and like a
agree.
little fly in the wall, but
Yeah.
no, he's devious and has bad intentions.
Yeah, all of them. You can't trust these people. You cannot.
It says the Iran regime begins to fall or something like that.
Just agree with them. Okay. It's already finished.
No, when I went in the room,
So as a good question, you can ask them when you hear that, I'm sorry, but when you hear them saying something like this, just ask them what happens next. Let's say that the regime falls. What's next? They're not going to give up their nuclear program, and Iran is not going to fall. Iran is going to still be there. So what's next if that regime falls?
I got kicked off.
They're just using it as an excuse, to justify what they're doing. Oh, we're the good people trying to get rid of this bad regime. No, you guys are not going to get rid of them.
But no one is buying it, though. That's the thing, Airplane. The world is not buying it.
No one believes anything coming out of these people's mouths.
Of course.
Well, hopefully, the people in Tehran are not stampeding because of Trump saying, get out of Tehran. That's the irresponsible thing for a world leader to do, is create panic amongst the people.
It's 10 million people, 10 million in total. Around 10 million people living there.
Yeah, but all I need is 1 million to stampede.
True.
Hopefully they do it over you, Point.
It's not funny. Imagine you
Yes,
in
it's actually
another
quite
country.
hilarious.
Imagine you in another country. And the head of state of another country said, you all better evacuate, right? It wouldn't be funny because you would be leaving.
Point, you wouldn't want me to be head of
So
state.
point, listen. Do you think the U.S. is going to be directly involved in this, or maybe just because he knows that Israel is about to do something?
Absolutely. This guy,
Directly.
is itching to be involved in anything on a global level. He's a loser. So either they'll be involved.
They're posturing right now for a de-escalation.
How's it you're talking over me and I was talking? How's that possible?
They're attacking right now.
Fucking possible.
who's attacking? Wait, calm down.
Iran is
Iran
attacking
is
Israel.
attacking Israel, yeah.
Well, we already know that. You're late.
No, it's just happening now.
Oh, we're not. We're all listening.
You're late.
Turn on your TVs, you're gonna see, but we can't see everything. We can just see I think
So the U.S. would be involved.
Shamal Israel. That's all we can see.
And I couldn't finish answering the
So,
question.
you're saying they will directly attack Iran?
No, Palantir is heavily involved. So all I'm saying is between these clowns, Netanyahu, Trump, and Peter Thiel, there's no way Trump would say evacuate Tehran unless he knew of concrete plans to have major explosions. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Right.
Yeah, I'm not saying he doesn't know. I'm just, questioning whether or not the U.S. will directly attack, or is it just Israel? I know he knows some things about to happen there.
Wait, hold the hell up. I'm looking at civilians.
Haifa is getting attacked in the north.
What are you watching, Yasuma?
Al Jazeera, they're showing everything, and also I have another
Also,
channel.
Mine is not showing yet.
Trump posting.
Airplane, keep us informed.
Salma is also watching. I thought I'm the only one who's watching this.
Morning.
I'm always watching. Always.
But I think Salma is getting hers before me, to be honest. Mine is not showing anything yet.
Oh, but you should see
Okay,
the
both of you
comments.
keep us informed.
Yeah, what are you going to do with the information anyway? Go in a bunker?
So you don't
I
think
saw
point
them
that
crossing
point,
the Lebanese airspace.
they're showing the other. So point, you don't think that maybe Trump said this just to kind of test the waters with the Iranians and see how they'll respond to it?
Dear
If you read the tweet,
airplane,
some of
dear airplane brother,
Now you can see it on Jazeera.
if you read the tweet word for word,
if you
between the lines, he's not that crafty or sophisticated an individual. He's
But
an idiot.
a lot of, yeah, sorry.
You're not sorry. You would do it again and again and again and
Our favorite Irani is in the room. Sanna. Salam alaikum.
just like Edward just did. You see? Point. I really need you to stop centering yourself. This is why I would never go to dinner with you. Yeah, I'd never go to dinner with any of you because you talk over each other with food in your mouth too.
All you have is tuna and sardines. Why would we want dinner with you?
Yeah, point. I apologize. I apologize for interrupting you, point. But you chose to bitch about it. So now the deal.
Stupid ass. You stupid ass. Don't ask me any more questions, Evelyn.
Fuck up, you bitch ass.
What the hell? I'll beat your ass in a bunker. I'll beat your ass in a bunker.
Blow the bunker.
General. You're supposed to be the dramatic general.
Yeah, I hope you get bumped in the butt.
Gloves are off.
What? Lord, that is such a bad visual. Can you stop?
Sina, what did you want to say? Sina, what did you want to say about the Iran?
I'm going to lock points and Amos in the bunker.
Yeah.
No, they might end up reproducing.
If the US,
Edward, that was so
if the US attack Iran, Iran, the whole area will be go under fire, and then you have to buy $20 per liter. I mean, benzene, diesel.
I'm okay with that, actually. I bought an electric car.
If the US attack Iran,
No, I'm not listening
alright,
back to you.
but not all are okay with that. And
Well, you can see
and we're gonna hit all the US air bases around. We have those missiles which can reach the US, Canada, and then we will show them what we have. If they want to attack,
And it doesn't look like that the U.S. is going to go in. They've made statements in the last couple of hours. They're contradicting
but you know
Israel.
what he mentioned about the missiles and the rockets about reaching the U.S. Canada.
Yeah, they have them.
That's
I see.
yeah,
Yeah,
they actually do. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, Augustina, what's happening in Tehran now? Like, how are the people reacting to this message that he sent?
believe me, brother, we are just living our lives, brother. Nothing is happening. We have gas, we have petroleum, we have electricity, water, food. If you go to supermarket, they have offers, buy one, get one for free. We are in no rush. I mean, we are just doing the normal life because we have been ready for this. And we have seen hard days. I mean, we're not like Israelis, brother. We have had 8 years of war with Iraq, the whole world, with Saddam Hussein. And then we had the proxy wars, and then we had sanctions, We are an independent country, brother. Yes, we have problems, but food, gas, electricity, water, education, doctors, hospital, everyone is just working. That's it. Me, I'm now sitting in Tehran smoking my joint, just watching TV. That's it. And if a missile come to my home, show that to my...
I be careful.
That is the most out-of-place statement. I'm just smoking my joint.
Free food. Yeah, when people offer you buy one, get one free in food, be careful because maybe they figure out it's your last meal. Be careful with that.
Point, you're not making any sense. Day by day, you stop making sense. Come on. The guy is actually in Iran.
I'm just being honest. God.
He's being honest. He's in Iran.
Yeah, but Trump issued a statement about Tehran.
Yeah, Trump issued another statement. The White House issued a statement about contradicting what Channel 14 and Israel said. You know how major this is?
But Edward, it doesn't change the fact that
Trump is not God. Trump is not God. He can make any statement he wants. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but it's not. No, Sana, he's making statements that the U.S. is not getting involved. And Israel made a statement earlier that on TV said that the U.S. is bringing, I forgot what they said, fighter jets in. And the U.S. came out, the White House came out a little while ago, like 20 minutes ago, and said, this is not true. We are not bringing fighter jets in. We're not attacking Iran.
Why would you believe a guy with 34 millions?
Because because it's the entire White House, it's the entire establishment. It's not one person.
You're naive. You're very naive.
That's not naive. That's how politics works in the U.S. Where are you? Are you not in the U.S.? Maybe you're not.
Criminals. You believe criminals when they make a statement?
Okay, I don't believe in one-dimensional analysis.
Oh, but you do believe he's a criminal.
Yes, I believe he's a criminal.
So you go around taking advice and listening to statements from criminals.
I don't believe in one-dimensional analysis. Point. That's not how I live.
I think you should evacuate Tehran. The criminal said so.
We are ready for the big war. I mean, it will take place sooner or later, you know. It's just a matter of time. And we know it since 40 years ago when we got involved with the US in Persian Gulf in the end of the war. I mean, it was in 1988. Yes, in 1988. Our hands were empty after 8 years of war. We had almost nothing, but we were fighting the US in the Persian Gulf waters. Today, our hands, brother, you have no idea what we have. If USA
48
makes
hours.
wrong move, then
In 48 hours, you won't have a Tehran. That's my issue.
Okay.
He's a
You don't have facts to back this up.
Iran is not Tehran. Point. Give me a minute. Iran is not Tehran. Iran is 1,700,000 kilometers.
That's not my point. I just said if a convicted felon
In every single town in Iran, we have mountains.
Why are you talking
Wait
over
for
me?
it.
Why
In
are
every
you talking
single
over me? No. You keep saying wait.
no problem.
No, wait.
Point. Please keep the
You're not leaving inside.
keep your fucking mouth off.
I'm leaving,
And
you stupid ass.
goodbye. Yeah, go to hell.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
go to hell, you fucking bitch.
I'm in
All
time.
right. Don't let the door split you with where the good Lord. How does it go? Don't let the door hit you
on your way out.
No, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord.
No, Sina, what point is trying to say is that something will happen to Tehran within 48 hours.
But there's no fact behind that, though.
No, he's saying that it's going to happen from the
No, it is no problem, brother. It is no problem. We have to pay the price. Hey, brother, we have to pay the price, brother. I mean, no wars. No victory comes for free, brother. So if they want to hit Tehran, Bismillah. We build it up again because we are independent and we can build up our own life. Hey, goodbye. Hey, point, goodbye, fuck off.
Point, let him
Goodbye and fuck off.
Let him say it, yeah, point. Let him say it.
Yeah, pay the price. Get your checkbook out.
Okay, point, like, what do you want them to do? Like, you're saying something's going to happen in 48 hours. What do you expect from them to do? What do you want them to do?
That's the question. That's what I was asking.
Okay, they have 10 million people, almost around 10 million people living in that area. What do you expect from them to do?
They may stampede because the president announced an immediate evacuation from another nation. The leader of the free world announced it. So some people with kids will just run. They'll leave. And that creates stampedes. That's my issue.
So what do you suggest? Remember, it's 10 million. It's 10 million.
Yeah, why? The suggestion is Elon run away to El Salvador with Melania. Just take Trump's bitch. Yeah, just take his bitch.
Is this a serious conversation or is this a joke?
What's a serious?
Point says a lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff, but this is how they talk, you know. He's just bored. That's how he talks.
No, brother. What I say is that we have been ready for this war, and we have been calculating all the scenarios. I mean, we haven't been blind and deaf, you know. We is Israel, Europe is Israel, that is Israel, this is Israel. We have enough weapon to destroy the whole Europe in one day, brother. I promise you that. And if it happens, I mean, if we have to, we will. That's it. In Iran, we say, if you have a pot not cooking for me, then fuck the pot. If the food is not mine, then I will not let anyone eat it. That's it. We have the power now. If he has the balls, Bismillah. Attack Tehran, attack anywhere. In every little village, every little town of Tehran, we have mountains. As you see the map of Iran, 63% of the country is mountains. And under those mountains, we have rockets, we have missiles, we have nuclear bombs, we have drones and everything ready for them. Let them try it, brother. That's it. Up.
Oh, I would evacuate if I were there.
And you think we're chickens like Jews? No, brother, we're Muslims. We believe in Shahada. We believe in martyrdom. We believe in the next life. What is this life? It is Mata'un Khalil. I'm not going to give up my dignity. I'm not going to give up my country for 20 years more of this life. We die one day, so it doesn't matter today or tomorrow. Did you see our news anchor, the girl? Did you see that?
Yes.
She was not afraid of bomb.
She walked out of it like...
That is the real Iranian people. Yeah, that is
the video that I watched about her was comparing her with the Zionist news anchors when they won and she literally just...
That is the difference.
Well, here's my point.
Yeah, that is the difference. I know.
Excuse me, if a sitting U.S. president can issue a threat like that, I would not wait for it to happen. I would act off of that tweet, right? That's a direct threat to Tehran issued by the President of the United States. Imagine that. So I would, if I were a leader, I would treat that as a direct assault, and I would respond to that threat immediately.
Salma, you see this, Salma, do you see this Khabar Ajal? Like, what do they mean by leave the bunkers?
They told them to stay in it. Basically, they're playing. I think it's a very smart way. So basically, what they're doing to them is they're using the same technique the Israelis use on prisoners, etc., which is like just sending enough rockets to keep them awake, to torture them and sleep deprive them. So they've been missing the alerts, and then when they're not aware anymore, then they attack them. When they know that they're outside of the bunkers, that's when they attack. Pretty smart move. Not gonna. So now they're just sending small little missiles here and there to keep them awake.
Who's shooting missiles?
Iran.
So shooting missiles
just,
into Israel?
Yeah, but not doing any damage, just to keep them awake. Just like they do. You know that they torture people this way. So they're doing the same thing. They're using the same
I think they're doing it to map out
also
their system.
Definitely, and also because they've been Israel has been having some issues with their alert system, so they missed out I think 3 or 4 missiles. So it's really interesting to see.
And they landed?
They landed, yeah. And they missed them, and they only told people, they only did the red alert when the missiles were already in Lebanon.
That's in Lebanon?
Yeah. So
wait,
that's pretty
are we
bad.
talking about something totally different?
No. I'm talking about the missiles. Usually they have to detect them before even arriving.
No, I know, but you're talking about something. Are you talking about right now, or are you talking about today?
No, I'm talking about right now. This is
right now. Right. Why are they in Lebanon?
I mean, I don't know, but they're just in the airspace of Lebanon. That's what I meant. In the airspace.
Who's in the airspace of Lebanon?
The missiles, the attacks.
Oh. Are they then Hezbollah?
No.
Then why would they be in Lebanon?
No clue.
I mean, I'm not blaming you. It sounds like I'm blaming you.
No. But yeah, I military base they used in other countries as well, including Syria. So it makes sense in a way. It's hard to tell, but it is happening.
They're hovering in Lebanon, or they're going across to Israel?
Across to Israel.
From Lebanon.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's going to Haifa.
Exactly, Haifa and the north of Israel.
Okay, so maybe they went around and went across Lebanon to Israel.
But they didn't really launch anything major so far.
No, nothing major. As I said, it's just to keep them like awake.
I think they're testing.
For sure, but it's really interesting.
They're delivering some sort of cyber attack into they're in the top 5 most sophisticated cyber attack warfare nations on the planet. Iran.
Yeah, but so I'll clear some things up. So you're right in the sense of they're keeping them up, is cyber attacks, all that stuff. But the reason why Iran is showing a lot of restraints is for 2 reasons. They're trying to urge the Iraqi leader to fight with them, and they know that if the Iraqi leader turns to Israel and all that stuff, they'll start shooting down those missiles as well. That's the talk that's going on right now. So they're trying to use Lebanon as a way to guide their missiles straight to Israel, just in case. That's number 1. Second thing is they're trying to show a type of restraint that when the Western leaders go ahead and speak, they're not speaking in favor of Israel. So mind you, in a closed-door meeting, I forget which country it was, they went ahead and told Israel at the beginning of this, you only did this because we started cracking down on you for basically committing a genocide on the Gazans, right? We were sanctioning you for this. Now you want to get rid of the sanctions. And if Iran keeps on looking like the more reasonable party in this, the Westerns won't. They're hoping that the Western nations will stop talking to Israel and start talking to them more, right? Which tightens their position. Third, of course, they're keeping awake. Fourth is a kind of tactic that is kind of weird. So when you send a small group of missiles, you're trying to go ahead and test out which systems you can compromise, and then what do you say?
That's not weird. That's electronic warfare. That is
electronic warfare, but what they're trying to do is something completely different. They're trying to get Israel to initiate the lock-on sequences to their missiles and stuff.
Yeah, that's not weird. That's literally standard procedure.
Yes, so they're trying to find out the time it takes for the missiles to blow up, 1. But 2, if they can go ahead and sabotage the missiles as they're being launched, right? So it's in that small batches. Remember how the Iron Dome's getting hacked right now? They're trying to do it in a way where it looks like Israel's just hitting its own civilians at this point. Or the missiles are failing, all that stuff, whatever, so they have to go into maintenance mode. That's a type of psychological warfare they're trying to do on the military, so make the Israeli people think that their military is inept, which I think is very smart, but that's why I said it was a little weird.
What kind of missiles? Are these large missiles, small missiles?
That I don't know. That's more of an Iranian thing, but I know that they're just testing it out in batch, because in cybersecurity, we talk about psychological, warfare or psychological tactics, right? It's, it's, you want to make your enemy not know what your next step is, right? So the only thing I can think of, if they're messing with the systems, messing with their mentality, everything like that, Iran's not going to send a huge payload, at least from where I'm sitting. I don't think Iran's going to send a huge payload like everyone's thinking that they're going to do, right? But Iran is going to cripple Israel to a point where Israel has to bend the knee to Iran, right? And when they come back to that negotiation table, when they have to go ahead and set their terms for the peace talks, they'll just be like, look, we were able to make you bend the knee. What do you think? You can keep up with this war? Because you can't, right? And if Iran does that, they're successful in becoming a nuclear weapon, or acquiring a nuclear weapon.
he's saying something that I think and you can continue. Maybe you should think about here. Israel has been moving their air defense systems around, and there's been videos of people shocked to see the air defense system, the batteries, like right next door to their house. And they find out when the thing goes off, and they look outside and they see the battery right there. So they've been moving them around. So this may be Iran recalibrating again to figure out where the air defense systems are, because they've been moved around.
I'm going to be honest. You're right, that could be the case, but what's more likely is the fact that, remember how I was saying earlier today that Israel has been starting to hold their own citizens hostage, right? The thing is, okay, so there's a thing that Dick Cheney wrote some time ago before the Iraq War, right? And he basically said, look, the sentiment against going to war with Iraq is no one supports it, we'll look like the bad guy, whatever, XYZ thing. But then 9/11 happened, right? And then Dick Cheney immediately, without blinking his eyes, just went ahead and started constituting this whole thing of, oh, we need to go to war, we need to go to war, we need to go to war, right? Now, I don't know if anything will happen to America, I'll be very honest. If we have another 9/11, I don't think it will go the way that Israelis are thinking. But what I think the Israelis have been doing, though, is if they put those missile systems, at least some of them, next to residential, they're going to try and plead to the Western government saying, look, they're targeting civilians, right? This is
there are videos showing that they're doing this. So I think they look really bad. And I do agree with you. And I agree, from the beginning I said, and because you could see in True Promise 1 and 2, the way that was conducted, Iran wants to come out as the one that is on the moral high ground. They want to come out this way, and I think that's one of the main reasons why they're being very methodical. They're showing restraint. They're showing that we're not going to just attack all the time. We're going to take our time and pick our target and then attack and think about it. We're a responsible nation that isn't reflexive, isn't reactive. And that's what they've done, and that's what they've shown so far. There's just this calmness, this calmness out of Iran and this franticness out of Israel.
Yeah. Watch closely as Trump just cut short his visit to the G7 summit, going back because he's being pressured by the Israelis to join the war.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was hours ago. They're actually in talks. It looks like Iran has signaled that they are ready to sit down, and I guess Israel has also. And the White House came out about a half an hour ago. Israel said that the U.S. was, sending fighter jets or something, and the White House came out and said, and quoted and said, Channel 14 is incorrect. This is wrong. We are not involved in this war. We're not getting involved in this war. And we're not sending anything to the Middle East that will get us involved in the war. So that came out a half an hour ago.
And Edward, I have to tell you something about Tehran. In Tehran, we have 316 kilometers of underground, metro, If they hit Tehran with normal bombs, with normal missiles, people are safe there. 360 kilometers of underground. If you look at the map, it is available in internet. If you check it out, Tehran's underground is the 8th on Earth. It's in the top 10.
Is it subway or is it bunkers? Subway system?
Yes. No, subway. Yes, subway.
That doubles as bunkers. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so people can hide there for normal bombs, But if they hit Tehran with a nuclear bombs, it's a different situation. People can go out. We have mountains. If you look at the map of Iran, Iran has a very special geography. 63% of the country is on the mountains, and under those mountains, drones, rockets, missiles, everything there. So it's unreachable. I mean, our weapon is not touchable for them, so we can fight them back. We have been calculating all these scenarios, brother. We're ready for it. We have.
But I'll be very frank and honest here. I don't think you'll ever get to the point where a nuke is being sent towards you guys, because again, the Western societies are not on board with everything Israel's doing, right? And Israel has no justification. Plus, if Israel even goes ahead and sends out a nuclear warhead, it's going to be devastating on Israel's half more than it would be on Iran. I'm not talking about casualties here.
Instant sanctions. The world would sanction Israel instantly. Nuclear weapons is the ultimate red line that no one is allowed to cross. No one.
Can you jump in?
Exactly.
Or something?
Sure.
Yeah,
So when they're talking about nuclear bomb, they're not talking about the old way of the nuclear bombs. They have developed a new kind that's it has much smaller impact, way bigger than the regular missiles, but way less than the.
You're talking about tactical
or something.
Yeah.
So
let's fall out.
And if they want to use it, they're not going to use it on top of Tehran. They're going to use it on top of Fordo, which is a nuclear.
Yeah, but so it falls under the same category. The U.S. talked about this a couple of years ago.
Trump,
I'm sorry. They talked.
Asked to develop this to be used.
Yeah.
Last time he was a president.
So they talked about this as a policy and determined that using a tactical nuke, because it's still a nuclear weapon, it opens the door for other countries to also use the same type of nuclear weapon, and then it would make it easier to use even larger nuclear weapons. So that was ruled out as being used.
Actually, I was watching a video on YouTube, and he was a famous guy. I forgot his name. He was saying that if US start to use this, Russia would be the next one, and he would use it on Ukraine.
Exactly.
And then they're not going to be as dumb to be the first one to use it.
And then other countries could buy it. Could buy these small nuclear tactical weapons and use them.
That might be the case, and they said that
that's the chain reaction. That's why they won't use them now. Israel, would they use one? They have proven to be highly unpredictable, and
if they're scared of one, that would be Israel. They're enough corrupt to use any kind of weapon that they can justify somehow. And the other thing that they can justify is that it doesn't have radiation, like what happened to Japan. So when it explodes, it has a huge impact, and that's it. It's not gonna impact. It has a.
I understand what you're saying, but even if Israel uses one, and all everything you said is correct, and it could be used this way, and technically there's nothing wrong with using it this way because the fallout is minimal, like the radiation fallout, so you don't have to worry about civilian casualties. However, because it has the word nuclear in it, because it is technically a nuclear weapon, the U.S. and all the Western nations have agreed that it falls under the same doctrine as traditional nuclear weapons, because it opens up the door for any state or non-state actor to also use one because it's already been used. It lowers the threshold.
I agree.
They don't want that.
List, but consider that in these 2 last years, they have crossed any red lines that they had in genocide.
Israel has.
And talking, the U.S. support it. I mean, you can't just say Israel has said, or I don't know, Netanyahu was the one who wanted to do this. They were justifying in all governments, and Biden and Trump and by any.
But the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Pentagon, National Security, the Department of Defense, all, are important, not just here in the U.S. Every nation that has nuclear weapons are on board with not using nuclear tactical weapons because of the chain reaction it would cause where terrorists could get their hands on them. States that don't have nuclear weapons will say, oh, well, these are safer. These are safer, not so much of fallout, but it would give us the deterrence we need, and we could use them because another country has already used them, and it was okay. And so it just opens up this precedence that the Western countries, especially the nuclear power, Russia, China, and the U.S., which they're all aligned on this, by the way, that tactical nuclear weapons can never be used, period. Any nation that uses them,
you can't say they never can be used. We have enough dumb people to don't think about it and do it.
No, I'm saying as a policy.
We have this doctrine called the MAD doctrine, which is mutually assured destruction, right? And when we're talking
with Russia,
so
I think with Russia.
It's sure it's with Russia, but the entire world also understands this as well, because every single country has a tie either back to the United States or Russia at this point, right? So let's say Israel, who has a tie with the United States, uses a nuclear weapon on Russia, right? Though Russia has ties with Israel, right? Russia depends on China and Iran, right? It will find an excuse to use its nuclear weapons, like you said, either on Ukraine, on America, whatever it would be, right? So the understanding would be that once these two start, then anyone else that has a nuke is just going to be like, okay, I guess we can open it up and start firing it at our enemies. And this is what the
danger
about.
That's the danger. That's the threshold. The lowering of the threshold is the danger that the Western countries are really, really scared of, and that's why they're really against. And nuclear tactical weapons could be very useful in making tunnels and for demolition. Very useful. Like I said, it's just the nuclear part of it is what's keeping this from even coming into the private sector to be used for demolition, which will save millions, if not billions, of dollars instead of using traditional TNT.
It's not
but
just
they can't
that.
do it.
It's just not just that. So I remember going ahead and talking to this one defense contractor, and we were talking about why nuclear resources would never be given to private contractors or private entities, so on and so forth. And he basically pointed out this. He's like, you do realize that most of the people who run these companies are either huge multimillionaires or billionaires with an ego so vast that is bigger than Earth. And they're so stubborn within themselves that they will use many of these nuclear things in a very improper way, or poison a lot of people with it, either for their profits, for their ego, or because someone hurt them, right? And that becomes a huge problem in and of itself. So America understands that it doesn't matter how rich someone in America gets, don't give them any nuclear materials or whatever. And then he also talks about the fact that, technically speaking, if everyone in the world was sane and they could give out nuclear materials to these private companies or whatever, and it won't fall into your hands and all that stuff, whatever, you could revolutionize the entire energy division of the United States to be years ahead of anyone else on the planet, because they have nuclear submarines that uses that to power the submarines for years on end, right? And they never have to refuel. So it's kind of like there's a lot of benefits with going nuclear, but the drawbacks is you have the giant egos that will end up killing everyone.
If I may, to be honest with you, I missed half of your conversations, but I heard the nuclear. Now, do you really think that nuclear could possibly be an option for Israel, given that Pakistan made those they have in Pakistan in support, they were also asking the Arabs and the Muslims in the region to prepare in case anything is to happen to support Iran. Like, what do you guys think about that?
So I think when it comes to
deterrence.
What Pakistan is saying is deterrence, right? Because Iran doesn't have a deterrent. But knowing Israel the way it is, right? You have to understand, these are the same people that went ahead and committed terrorist acts on their own people just to go ahead and get a point across. I don't think using a nuke in their eyes is going to be something they're scared of, right? If they have to use it, they will use it, no matter the deterrent. It's like a captain going down with the ship.
Sam, they have something to lose. Like, let's be honest, Israel, if the government fails, the whole country fails. Iran, even if the regime fails, the country doesn't fail. So Iran really has nothing to lose. It's Israel that has something to lose.
Yes,
So
I understand.
that they will consider.
That's
But you're forgetting.
There's something because we have lots of potential to be divided. We have some different, what do we call it? We have Turks, we have Kurds, and other not tribes, but other people that they want to be separated, and actually right now Israel.
You guys want to come on up, Nergis and Muhammad, and anybody, you're welcome. Someone to come over.
What Israel is doing right now is promoting them to. Actually, they have some statements, and they're saying that we have to be activated and start while Israel is attacking us. We have to start to get part of Iran, and they have actually published some statements. So we are in danger too. But regarding Pakistan, they did a very smart move because they knew that they're going to be the next one. If they conquer Iran, they're going to be the next target for Israel, and they have to stop them somewhere. So they're doing a huge favor to themselves if they keep Iran from fail.
So what I was trying to get at with the whole nuclear thing is that you have to understand who the Zionists are, right? Like, let's take a step back and look at why Israelis are not allowed to leave Israel, right? Especially if they have dual citizenship in America and all this stuff. They know that if the Israeli population believes Israel is unsafe and they're the first people to go ahead and run, then who are the people that are staying back? The Palestinians. Does Israel want to give up land, especially if enough people run away? No. They're more about containing everyone inside. But on the second hand, you also have to understand that Israel has always taken major risks on themselves just to go ahead and get a major payout later on. And if that means their destruction, they don't care. So remember when they attacked the U.S. naval fleet? I forget the name of it. Like back in the 60s and 70s, just because of US. Yes. So they understood from the Americans that, they will open fire on us. They would wipe us off the map if if we attack them or if we did anything to piss off the Americans or whatever, right? And they did that for some time, and the Americans were not gonna be on the side of Israel until Israel was just like, wait a second, why don't we just start using money to lobby in there in the first place? And then that's how we got AIPAC and all that stuff, right? But mind you, it was known as political suicide to do something like that, and Israel was just like, we don't give a fuck, still gonna do it, right? So Israel in and of itself is like, if it knows that tomorrow it's going to be wiped off the map, there's going to be no more Israel tomorrow, it would rather take more people and more lives with them, like a captain going down with a ship, and they'll be like, it was well worth it.
That's an interesting point. Good evening, everybody. The way I see, I don't put. What's up, man? Good evening, everybody. I'm the first thing.
Excuse me. My name is Point, so be careful how do you say the word point around here. Okay?
Yeah, I agree. So I don't put anything past anybody now with all of the crazy headlines we got going on. And I also want to, protect myself to say, hey, I'm not an anti-Semite and no shit like that. But the truth be told about Israel is they're the type of fucking, guy you go into the bar with and they punch the biggest guy in the face and then run up to you and say, hey, you can totally take that guy, right? It's nonstop shit. The USS Liberty definitely was to get us in some shit. We got Jews fucking dancing in the street right after 9/11. And then we got Jews dancing in the street in fucking New York City right after Israel hit Iran just recently. This ain't got nothing to do with the Jewish people. We're talking about the Mossad. We're talking about the CIA. We're talking about the Iranian government. We're talking about the KGB. That's what this shit is about. It's us, the people, fucking sitting around trying to go to work, feed our families, feed our friends, pray to our gods, live our lives, fuck our wives, and just have a good time and fucking barbecue. And these motherfuckers want to barbecue us with nuclear weapons. So I don't doubt that anybody at this point is not that much eager to use it. I don't think the U.S. is eager to get into no shit. I don't even think Russia's eager. I think Russia got their hands tied and they want to get some shit consolidated in their area. But I don't put nothing past. I don't put nothing past countries like Israel, fucking India, fucking North Korea. Like, these people are unpredictable. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, brother.
But I really think that Israel this time made a huge mistake when they attacked Iran, and Iranians would not let them go. Would not let them sleep this time. Brother, this is a moment of silence after spending 17 hours on Clubhouse.
Yeah, I spent 17 hours in a bunker in Tel Aviv.
Okay.
Tell us about your experience. So you're planning for your 18th hour.
For people walking in the butt in the bunker, I saw that. I saw a lot of things.
Listen, point. Did you spend it as a man or as a woman?
Sing the song, Point, the Bon King song.
Well, Jazeera is showing the military strategy of Iran. It's so well explained.
Walking in the bunker in the butt.
In the butt.
Bunker in the butt. Walking in the butt in the bunker. Walking in the butt in the bunker. Walking in the butt in the bunker.
Is it in Tel Aviv or in Haifa? Yeah, point. Tel Aviv or Haifa?
Haifa. Haifa. Haifa.
Well, they already took it in the butt in Tel Aviv. Now they're taking it in the bunker in the butt in Tel Aviv. Yeah, in the bunker. Walking butts in the bunker.
In Haifa.
The butt in Haifa. Oh, that's right.
Motherfuckers, I was up all night trying to watch some fireworks, but
Nah, because of the G7 day.
Yeah,
I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Feeling scared a little bit.
I just imagine Trump and all of them clowns right now being on the phone 24/7. Oh, don't do it, do it, oh, don't do it.
But do you see they announced that Trump is trying to get a meeting with the Iranians?
Yeah. No, my gosh, it's too funny. They canceled on him, and I thought it was genius, brilliant, 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Please hang up.
Did they cancel on him?
Yeah, they canceled on him yesterday. They were supposed to.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. They were supposed to have a meeting, and they were like, no, you don't want to, you're not ready for this, sir. Like,
I think they'll take it. A couple of times they'll cancel and they'll take it. Maybe, I don't know. Because these fuckers are like really killing civilians.
yeah, no, I agree. And like, it's like they don't care. They're just like, oh, we need to defend Israel. And I'm just like, come on. Like, we've been through this. Let's just, they attacked first. They need to be punished. No one needs to. They need to be punished.
I'm not sure if you followed what happened tonight or not. So first, the army of Iran tweeted on X platform that tonight is going to be different. If you want to stay alive, you should leave Tel Aviv. I'm not sure if you have heard about it or not. So everyone in Tel Aviv, they were trying to even rent a boat for $1,000 to just get to Cyprus or the closest thing. And lots of things were happening at the same time. And then Trump tweeted that they should leave to Iran. And then Iran hacked a couple of things in Israel, and then the missile that they launched, they couldn't follow. They couldn't
trace it. They couldn't
track it. Yeah. So it was a full of surprise night. It was fun to follow.
So Fred, what do you think is gonna happen? یعنی چی خواهد شد؟
Honestly, it's getting ugly at the same time. It's kind of, I believe Iran going to compromise a couple of what they had on the table. They're gonna get rid of, not totally, but they're gonna get rid of part of their enrichment, and at the same time, they're not gonna let the missile program. So they're gonna meet in the middle. That's what I hope and I think is gonna happen after Trump asks them to sit on the table again, sit for negotiation.
Yeah.
But when Trump like before the last tweet that Trump said, he called Vitka Vegas to the negotiation at the first possible time. I thought he was going to get involved, and I'm not sure if the last missile that Iran launched has changed their mind or not, because it was like totally 180-degree opposite side of the decision, from deploying army to Middle East to asking for negotiation. It's like it was a deal breaker missile, I guess. I'm not sure if you followed it or not. They hit one of the news channel, the main news channel.
Yes.
Building in center of Tehran, which was the total terrorism in 4K quality. They're not ashamed anymore of doing the worst thing, and they can just justify it by the bullshit.
Brother, did anything happen to the people there? Like any injuries?
A couple of them, a couple of them killed. We have some injuries, but well, kind of a good outcome was coming out of it, because the anchor, she was staying on in front of the TV, and she wasn't leaving, and they kind of made a good figure from her, and they're maneuvering social medias from her. Yeah, it's like every move that is happening, each side is trying to make a winner car from it. But this is
Did they catch it on camera?
They got it on camera, and you can find it.
Yeah.
She didn't even blink.
Wow.
That's what's.
Wow.
Her hand was not shaking, and they're comparing her hand that is not shaking with Netanyahu's hand when you the first time Iran was targeting them. That was the first thing, and another thing happened, I forgot.
So what was Iran's retaliation? Because I see, like, maybe did Iran retaliate last night?
Well, tonight it's tonight. It's not. Oh, actually, it's getting to get too warm in there. But so yeah, they said we're gonna get revenge. Evacuate channel 12 and 13.
12 and 14. Yeah, they sent out warnings to them. Yeah.
I don't think they hit it.
No, they didn't. Not yet, at least.
I don't think they're gonna hit it, because I believe they know that they cannot get out of it. Usually can get out of it and do something, but if they do it, they're gonna maneuver on the media that see what happened. They just want to get casualties, like
Iran is killing journalists, something like that.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what Iran does, they're always gonna spin the story.
Yeah, they twist their story for sure.
Might as well hit, I say. Might as well
Exactly.
And another interesting thing was, I'm not sure if you know that the channel Iran International, they made it specifically to start a war with Iran. Like 8 years ago, they started broadcasting this channel, and Netanyahu himself was in this channel. Is this war?
Yeah, they financed it.
And it was, I believe they hit the media. They hit this, what do we call it, the building in Iran, because they wanted to, they didn't want people to have any other channel to watch, so they watch Iran International channel.
So-called democracy.
Iran International is literally a propaganda network.
It is a propaganda.
It's based out of London.
That the time that they decided they wanted to get to war with Iran, they founded Iran International. And from the first day, they were trying to just.
I think it was less war, brother. I think it's more to create internal division and strife.
Obviously, divide and rule.
Yeah, divide and rule is a long playbook.
Bro, you know, in the Knesset, the only thing left is for somebody to stand up, walk up to Netanyahu and spit in his face.
He's
And he's still not giving up.
Well, what dreams we all have, man. For Netanyahu.
I wouldn't even waste my spit on it, to be fair. Why would I waste my spit on it?
General, not my spit.
I think each of us is like.
Yeah, but that's lawyer talk. Someone I would have to pay us.
Why would I waste my precious?
Exactly. Someone pays it and I will spit.
I think all of us have fantasized that dream at least once during this time.
But
I actually don't dream of Netanyahu, thankfully.
I mean, the spitting you might, surely.
Not even the spitting. Not at all.
but I don't think it's him. It's them. Like all of them
It's the
are.
system.
It is a
It is a
system.
system.
He's the puppet.
a system.
He's a stupid puppet for the show. I mean, taking him out.
He's just the
doesn't do
head of the
anything.
snake at the moment.
Yeah, no, I mean, hardly. I'd say the head is the system. He's the wagging tail. We're not seeing the head, we're seeing the tail. Head needs to go. Bastards.
Airplane, any updates? What's going on?
No, not really, man. It was a really limited attack.
The last news is that they found some balls on fire on Hormuz Street, which is.
I checked on the NASA's website and there's nothing, because you can actually follow that and there's nothing on it, so I don't think it's real. It happened 3 years ago, so I'm unsure if it's now or not.
Could they surprise us and do something during the day?
I think so.
I don't think they'll do things during the day.
Always at night time.
The night is always better, yeah.
The night is young, babe.
Yeah, wake them up when they're asleep.
Are they even sleeping?
Santa always comes at night, remember?
Are they even sleeping nowadays?
Yeah, but Santa always comes at night through the chimney.
Damn. What they've done to us that we speak like them. We speak like this. Can you
No, we don't
imagine?
speak like that. We're not genocidal mania. This is far from genocidal.
You push people for so long and you press this much. What do you expect?
Yeah, but see, this is what happens. You know, when you've had a country and all that country is known for is brutality, murder, theft, thuggery, the world will cheer when this country feels a bit of its own pain or, gets a taste of its own medicine or collapses. People will cheer this.
Absolutely.
What's interesting to me is that the Western society, not the government, the Western society actually turned against them.
Yes.
Which is new. Like 2 years ago, they were thinking differently.
Yeah, the governments haven't. The people have.
And that's enough.
By and large.
By and large, yeah.
Yeah.
By and large, the world has.
Yeah, definitely. The world definitely has.
So much for existential threat now.
They actually got. They can understand the victim card that they're playing anymore.
Oh, that was lost a long time ago, Freja. Long time ago, they lost.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
that card expired a while ago.
That expired a long time back.
No, I don't think so. They actually, I believe that they let them commit this aggression and genocide to shut their mouths after a year. Because
I think that's also correct, Fred. You know, like the way Germany's acting. Like Germany is literally covering tooth and nail, going to the extreme lengths to cover for this genocidal maniac in Tel Aviv.
If you've been to Berlin in general, the German
I
guild,
would rather.
the German guild
I have
never
been.
died.
It's not my type of thing. It's a very hippie place.
I love it, but
I don't like Berlin. I prefer Hamburg.
Oh, there. No,
How
Berlin
dare
is
you.
better.
Berlin is awesome.
You're hippie. You're too hippie.
Listen, of course, my sisters live there, and if you look at the sentiment of the Berliners, if that's the word, there's a lot of shame. There's a lot of German guilt. I'd gone with my brother-in-law who's German to the Holocaust Museum. This was about before the pandemic. He was crying throughout the thing.
But guilt shouldn't shut you up from preventing another Holocaust and genocide.
That's the thing. So drowned are they in that German shame and guilt that it blinds you eventually.
Yeah, but they're trying to launder the guilt
Right.
through Gaza.
Right.
But if we stay silent on this, we can get rid of our previous guilt.
Correct.
During the Nazis, and that's not how systems work. You can't launder guilt. You can fool yourselves into thinking that way, but the world is not going to allow you to.
I am so confused by the vote thing because everyone is saying different things and it doesn't make sense. So if someone can find that, I'll be.
What are you referring to, sister?
I'm gonna put it in the chat. There's like some kind of conspiracy, whatever, but there's nothing about it nowhere.
What's this conspiracy?
So there are some balls on fire on the Strait of Hormuz, and they're controversial.
Are they military or commercial?
I have no information more than this.
Oh, okay.
But I guess there are 3 boats. I believe they're not big boats unless it would be covered. Or actually, earlier today they were jamming GPSs on commercial boats, and there were almost accidents between 2 commercial ships. So I'm not sure. I don't believe Iran is going to play that card right now. They have more time to play that card.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh no, they shouldn't.
Because what they're referring to happened, but it was like 2 years ago, so that's why I'm like confused. Are they just relying on old information? Probably. Doesn't make sense.
And another thing is that if Iran see itself in the situation of losing everything, they have another route to go become something like North Korea or Pakistan, and then everything is going to be another, like the whole game is going to be another game. So every one of them needs to think twice if they want to do anything or not. So there are lots of possibilities here. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Most unpredictable. This one is most unpredictable.
It is, and the reason that Iran did not want to get rid of the enriched uranium that they have right now, which they say is enough for 9 bombs, is that they didn't want to be predictable. They wanted to keep to be to play the wild card if they need to.
Did you expect the 8-hour comeback? That was quick, huh? Fred?
What was that? Sorry.
Did you expect the 8-hour comeback, you guys?
8-hour comeback was actually, I was almost crying. if 8 hours was getting to 10 or 12, it was like I was going to die.
Can you imagine, you guys? Like, can you imagine? Like, so much was invested in this period of time between the comeback and the attack, so that like narratives could be written, all kinds of arrangements could be made, etc., etc. But that was swift.
Yeah, and the thing is that right now, they know if they do the same thing to the generals and the heads that they're in place right now, the same thing gonna happen. So now it's actually a good card for them that they know that you're gonna get rid of tops. We have another layer of them. So everything's going to keep going for next 2 years, 3 years like this. It's right now it's an advantage for Iran. It was a huge loss. It still is a huge loss, but the fact that they could get back so fast, it was amazing.
Oh my God, Nurgis, you're probably the first person on this platform that says a normal "How are you, bro?"
Yeah.
I'm seeing the next question.
No, nothing's alright. He can't sleep. He had a nightmare. It was flying over his head.
That's how you do it. Version noise. Thank you,
It's a shame,
for calling me Nargis True. Thank you so much, Elormo. How do you feel, bro? Elormo? Everything alright? Ships to Cyrus? Everything okay?
Normal, I dare you, I challenge you to pray to Hashem to destroy the oppressors. I dare you to do that. Hashem, it's your God. I dare you to pray to him to destroy the oppressors on the land of Palestine. You would never do it.
Does he even believe?
He believes. I don't get why is it so hard for him to pray. Like, I don't understand it. Prove me wrong and do it.
Elormo is one of the most God-fearing people on this app. Sometimes I think even his God fears him.
God gave up on him a long time ago. He was like, you're too filthy to be my people. He felt something was wrong. No news, nothing major happening. Like, what's going on?
But he's here to get his updates.
It's okay, Normal. Be patient, man.
How
Why
do
would
you
you do
know the
that?
gender of Hashem?
Huh? Oh, what's that?
No, I'm talking to it normal. He's like, Hashem, like, how are you so sure about the gender?
Normal, why did you guys attack the Iranians, man? Who's gonna calm them down now? Come on, man. All this to just keep that scumbag in power?
It's the PTR.
The delusion that he always claims Hashem is with them. Okay, where was Hashem when you were in Germany getting baked?
I'm telling you.
He was in a different restaurant.
He was on a break? He was on airplane mode?
General, don't get me going, man. It's too early for me.
If they were not baked, by the way, they were not baked, they were just,
Half-baked. Jealous of your Torah? Do you really want to have a debate on the Torah? You're smarter than that, Naomi. Well, I think you are. Or are you not?
This is such a statement, and for what? Like,
how do you know I've never seen the Torah? Oh, clearly it's obvious.
Maybe he never saw the Torah, yeah.
I don't think he saw it
that's what I
no.
think.
But
That's why he's misguided and Hashem hates his guts.
Yeah.
And he's punishing him.
Look at
Hashem will always punish punish these fools.
Like, even look at the lion that he has as his PTR. Like, what kind of message are you sending with a fucking gay ass lion in your PTR? We are home. Of course you are home. We are home. He's in New York. Of course you're home. Stay there. Are you showing power with like a gay lion, or like what is that? You're not in Jerusalem though, El Nomo, so you're not at home, are you?
He looks sick and depressed, the lion.
It looks like he's Archer.
Come on, guys, it does look powerful.
Oh, the Operation is Rising Lion. The only thing your lion looks like is like fucking taking it in the ass. In Tel Aviv. Like Boone says in Tel Aviv. Take it in the butt, Tel Aviv. Look at my PTR, yeah, normal look. Makes me shiver. Look at it. Look at it, bro.
The funny thing is that the lion figure that they show doesn't have balls. In any of the pictures, the lion doesn't have
The
balls.
Israelis have never been known as the lions. Never.
Isn't that actually Iranians?
Yeah, it
Next
is.
to the line and
Yeah. Apparently the lion was promised to them 3,000 years ago.
With the sunglasses or
Yeah, with the sunglasses.
no, with balls or no balls. That's the norm.
Oh, definitely no balls.
I'm seriously so confused. Like, why would you think that that lion looks healthy and okay?
I mean, have you seen El Nomo? To him, he's okay. To him, he's okay. To the world, he's diseased, dying, miserable, old, decrepit, wrinkly.
Yeah, no, you didn't beat Hamas, you didn't beat Hezbollah, you didn't beat the Houthis, you didn't beat Iran.
Do you know what the crazy part is? This is
There you go. Why are you?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just mocking this bitch. There you go.
I just want to say this. Remember how they kept saying the Jewish homeland is so safe for you to come back to Aliyah? You know, they need their population to grow, so they want Jewish people from around the world to return and take people's homes. Who the fuck is going to return now? That is a
They're running away.
laugh in their face. Nobody internationally, no one living there is going to want to return. The Jews, because they keep saying everywhere's so dangerous, anti-Semitic. The Jewish people living in the States, in Canada, Europe, they're chilling. They're safe. They're safe as fuck. Nobody. Do you know how badly this is going to screw Israel over? Huge fuck up. They're not going to be able to expand.
He's an imposter. He's an imposter masquerading as a Jew. There's nothing Jewish about him. He's a reckless bastard.
What, El Nas?
Yes.
Three more days.
His mouth stinks.
3 more days and he'll take the shahada.
I don't think we want him.
True.
His application was denied.
I see.
By who?
Me.
By the Ummah. The Ummah denied. It was a consensus.
He'll go to India. He'll become a Hindu. That's what's going to happen.
To Bombay, West Mayas, Mumbai.
To Mumbai.
Elnora's gonna stump the whole group. Guys, how do you feel about that?
So it's terrifying.
I'm kind of scared. I mean, with a line like that, and those Gucci sunglasses on the line, I don't know. Looks quite powerful. What do you guys think?
What the hell?
You mean Gucci sunglasses?
Gucci.
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 Nah, Gucci, losers. Elf.
That lion looks so skinny. Like,
That lion is kept in captivity, like how Palestinians are. I guarantee you the poor thing was beat to submission.
The Iran people, normal are 10 million. I don't know what the fuck are you talking about.
Tehran is done.
No, but check the live cam on the Haifa in Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
We can't even see people. That we can't even see them on live.
Yeah, they turned it off because they're really showing. If there's nothing to hide, why turn it off?
No.
But you know, normal. All the
funny?
Every house has a
These
basement.
scumbags. These scumbags were betting that the people of Iran, there's elements of them that disagreed with the government.
Correct.
I accept that. These scumbags were betting that they would overthrow the government in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
They were united.
It's right back.
The Iranian people are not united.
Los Angeles be united to be also one of the government now. We all united.
Yeah, no, but generally united as people.
Yes, same here.
As in people that were supporting the government, people that didn't support the government, you're on one side.
Yes,
bro, it's not only that, it's enough that the Middle East also is united with them, bro. Like, what the hell?
What a great day for unity.
The people of the Middle East are behind you.
What a great day for unity. Thank you, Elmo. Thank you so much. Is there any way you could
You did what no one else could do, united Iran.
Can you imagine? Elmo, would you mind contacting Tel Aviv and telling them to put on the cameras for us, please? Like, we've seen enough of Netflix.
You know, there's
the time has come to do.
You can just read his message. We like the Iranian people. Okay, why are you killing them then?
Elmo, don't finish us.
You kill kids. You kill women.
You love
them?
And no, you're bringing a new government.
Tel Aviv and Haifa all day and night. Like, to be honest with you, part of my daily routine now is at night to put the news on and just look at Tel Aviv and Haifa.
Macron said no pitch, man.
Look at Pageman's picture. Look at the dreaming he's doing.
Yeah, like they said no.
He's literally fantasizing and creaming his drawers about this faggot, Pahlavi.
A good thing he's not
He's
up
a
here,
prostitute
man.
that goes around the world begging the world for support.
So see, your propaganda and dividing Iranians and all this would work on Benjamin. Someone like
Literally, they still call him king in exile. What king in exile? Your fucking king is dead.
I'm telling you.
You can take Benjamin on your side.
And he got thrown out in 1979. Embarrassed.
Prince is old.
Yeah, he's yesterday's news.
Exactly.
He's not coming back.
Benjamin is confused, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're wishful thinking.
He just comes up here and yells. That's all he does. Yells, screams.
Have you seen him when he dresses up as a clown?
Probably looks like he's going on a Halloween party or something. I don't know where the fuck he bought it from. I don't even know what it is.
Hello, can I borrow your profile picture for just a day?
Should.
Pretty cool.
It's so bad. Like, and he's like, he's hungry. Hungry for what? Like we say in French, a plate of shit, and then you lick it.
Any other breaking news, guys? Anything up?
Yeah.
What's happened since the U.S. has denied getting involved?
No one normally decided to turn the king of the jungle into, I don't know, like something.
Vegetarian.
The pussy of the jungle.
Like Pat said, a vegan.
I feel so bad for this line.
Of all the lions in the world, of all the pictures on the internet.
Yeah, they're cracking down on them. Yeah, normal. What's gonna happen next? That's the only way you actually accomplish something, at least a little bit. Not really much, but a little bit in this attack.
Wow.
Is because you have insiders in Iran.
And Iran has insiders as well.
Yes, there's a lot left in Gaza. Why are you guys?
They're just waiting for the right time.
Why are you guys leaving Gaza? Why are they sending you out? What's happening? Are you concerned? Is anything worrying you guys?
I mean, there's more left of Gaza than Auschwitz.
Yeah. Why are you leaving Gaza? What's happening? What's anything cooking for
if
you?
He can mock Gaza, if he can mock Gaza like a bastard that he is,
of course, your troops.
We're gonna go to checkmate.
Your troops are leaving Gaza. A lot of them have been sent out of Gaza. Something that the news is not covering because
Hitler is dead, but Zionism isn't yet. So we've got a few more years to kill Zionism.
Yeah.
Nazis